Yeah, you're recording.
The speech. Um, Andre Agassi, one of the greatest tennis players to walk onto the court, once said, "Free from the thoughts of winning, I instantly play better. I stop thinking, start feeling. My shots become a half second quicker. My decisions become the product of instinct rather than logic. I have played tennis for most of my life and is an integral part of my life. It is a sport that requires not only physical dominance, but mental dominance. So today, I'd like to speak to you about the physical and mental aspects of the game. First, I would like to talk about the physical aspects of the sport. Tennis has a stigma of being only a rich person's sport, and since most people, whether it is true or not, associate rich people as not having much work ethic, many people think that tennis is not a very physically demanding sport. They could not be more wrong. Tennis is beautiful not because of how the player hits the ball, but because of the preparation the player takes to hit the ball. Many people think that you can just walk onto the court and just hit the ball as hard as you can, not realizing what actually happens when a tennis player hits the ball. First, the player will watch the contact that his opponent makes with the ball, and in a split second, he analyzes the spin of the ball and moves not to the location of where the ball will land, but to the perfect height of between the knees and the hips of when the ball rises from the bounce. However, the tennis player does not simply move to that place. He has to be able to change directions just as quickly as he analyzes the bounce, and then take micro steps to get into the perfect position to hit the ball as it rises from the bounce. There can be dozens of these micro steps to get to the perfect position to hit the ball. Then he has to keep his eyes and focus completely on the ball, because taking your eyes off the ball can change the entire course of where the ball will go and what type of spin is on the ball. Then the player will swing, not to hit the ball or with hard or with a lot of spin, but to hit the ball with the perfect speed and the perfect spin. Tennis requires the ability to change directions extremely quickly, speed to get to the ball, and immense coordination. However, the physical aspects of the game are insignificant in comparison to the mental aspect. Even an absolutely amazing tennis player will lose if he lets a mediocre opponent get to him. Once the player is angry, it's almost a guaranteed game over for him. This is because tennis is a game of precision, not might. Tennis players are very good at controlling their frustration. Additionally, players are also very good at clearing their minds, because to play competitively against somebody of equal skill, overthinking anything for even a split second will lose you the point. As Agassi said, clearing one's mind and letting instinct take over is important to be able to react quickly. Tennis is a game that requires peak physical performance and reaction. If you miss practice for even a week, when you get back onto the court, you will feel like you haven't played in months. Most importantly, players have to control their emotions and clear their minds. Tennis is a mental game more than it is a physical game. Your desire to win has to run down to your core. I'd like to end this with a quote by Boris Becker. "I love winning, I can take losing, but most of all, I love to play."